EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today we've got an NFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Washington Commanders. The veteran Joey Sly set to get us started, and we are underway in our nation's capital. From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. A first down carry now for Miller. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Now Jameis on second down. The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up. Looking for a better play coming up on third. Out of his end zone, Winston. Comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. That's to his running back, complete. And he is going to have the Saints first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
First down, New Orleans.
Here's Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And space tough to come by there, so they get maybe a yard to the 37. On third down, Winston. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. He's got a first and maybe more. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 44 yards. From the red zone now, Winston. And he fires one incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on the receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Jameis to throw it. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Saints are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Miller will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Second and goal from the 1. They'll run it with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara taking it in from a yard out. And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Now the point after, good by Groupie. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Commanders nothing.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Powell And the Commanders come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. On play action, they'll throw. And the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Off play action, it's Howell. Sliding out of the pocket. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. Howell changing the play here.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd down and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
Going for it on 4th. Here's Howell. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Washington 1st down. They didn't get a lot, but they do convert on 4th. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Score Saints 7, Commanders 0.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the counter, this is Robinson. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
Howell.
2nd and 10.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Now Howell. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And running with power here. And crossover out of bounds right at the 25. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Howell down to throw it. It returns it right back to Samuel. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Robinson up the middle. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with
and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Sam Howell scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Commanders are an extra point away from drawing level.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense They just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Now Winston. That is caught. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Saints first down.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Open man, it's Keith Kirkwood. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Jameis now on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw complete there to Johnson. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But now
and he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kendre Miller, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. That one downfield for Dotson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Ready? Come on.
They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Here's Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
On first down, Howell. Eluding the pressure right. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. One last shot before the break. Howell slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is caught. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? But after that touchdown, we are just a PAT away from a tie game. And I know everyone's going to look at it and go, guess what? Tie game, all even? They just scored. If they kick this extra point and tie it, they're going to feel like they're the ones that are in control.
Now Joey Sly for the point after. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
3rd and 5. Now they go play action with Howell. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
A second down throw for Winston. He gets this into the hands of Kirkwood. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
When you get into the second half of a tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance, and this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there.
Winston to give, it's Kamara. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Play action now, Winston. His throw incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Rolling to his left. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now a second down throw for Winston. There's Chris Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, 49 yards. And the Saints have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this third quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the second half.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the fourth down conversion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Howell's throw complete there to Thomas.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up second down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. We'll take it inside the 25.
And now they're in the hurry-up.
Here's Howell to throw on second down.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down.
Little bootleg here, Howell. And this one too low.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind.
Back to the ground with Robinson.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Howell going to audible to something else.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 6. Track him, 60. Go.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got it. Touchdown, Washington.
A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Commanders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. But we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter.
This one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
They'll run it again with Miller.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
First down, New Orleans.
Kamara up the middle.
He's got it to the 43 here. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Now Winston. Dancing to his left. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders will have the football as This is taken up past the 30. Here's first down.
The Commanders take over first and 10.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Now 2nd and 9.
Hawk 70.
Back to throw. Howell. And his throw is incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly
both.
what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mays used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Now Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
As they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
A big play here. Crowd on their feet. 3rd and 4.
Winston.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
They'll run. It's Miller. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires.
And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand.
Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6. Here's Howell.
Out to his left.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
He's still on his feet. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball in the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
Howell to throw. Checks this one down to Robinson.
And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears, they get it done. How about that score?
The finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
Slide for the PAT.
And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's 1st and 10. Now Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Perry. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone. One last shot now for Winston. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught, and he's into the end zone. Unbelievable. A defensive collapse on the final play, and Charles, they can tie it with a PAT.
I cannot believe that. Brandon, we've seen this many times before. They've got the momentum. They just scored. Go for 2 and end this thing now.
Now for the all-critical extra point. He's got it. No problems there. The extra point up and good, and we are headed to overtime. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. So the first chance of this overtime will go to Washington as we are back underway. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him.
Well, things started off